Hello, I'm Ian, this is Steve, and we're doing an RPG called Downbelow. Cyberpunk, sci-fi, dystopia, diceless narrative system, and today we're talking about the deeper conspiracy of the soda mystery.
So, last time we closed out with the first big reveal in our There's Something in the Soda story, wherein players uncovered what seemed to be an isolated incident of chemical corruption that was then cleaned up by the organization at fault. Players were involved either by breaking it up and blowing the whistle, uncovering details and blowing the whistle, or selling it for personal profit, or potentially getting dragged in and involved themselves.
Mm-hmm.
As we mentioned then, you could end there. This is a perfectly reasonable one-shot or action segment or espionage movie finale. Alternately, there's also a lot more at work. It's not just a one-off. This was a batch gone bad.
Mm-hmm.
There's more going on. So
maybe you're leading into this from our previously designed adventure, in which case they know there's something really fishy with BioDynamics.
So basically, BioDynamics is in the process of making humanity better. This takes a couple of forms. On the one hand, there's the cyberpunk, whether it wants it or not. Let's be honest. We're doing cyberpunk, there's going to be things like that. On the other hand, they really do make great strides in medical, prosthetic, and life-improving technology. Straight up, they do.
One of the things we mentioned in the previous adventure was the cognitive dissonance when people find out, but wait, aren't they the company that gives free cybernetic limbs to starving children in Africa?
Yep. You want kelp that behaves and acts just like rice when it's cooked? BioDynamics can do that. You want bread that will inoculate you against cancer. BioDynamics can do that. They do these things. Like I said, making humanity better. Unfortunately, in the lack of oversight, there's a lot of things that happen. And what happened in this case was that a behavior modification program went horribly awry. And this is all information that can be either uncovered through investigation or just behind the scenes as the GM sees fit. Mm-hmm. The truth behind it is, in this particular hypothetical scenario, there was a large study being done on an internal study on neurochemistry behaviors and modifying those behaviors to make life, better for people afflicted with neurochemical disorders. Mm-hmm. By better, we mean more normal. Some people are very attached to their particular neurochemistry, and to them this would be quite a crime to alter it. Other people see it as a disease. The important part is it's a neurochemical imbalance, and BioDynamics was addressing that imbalance. What we didn't see was the spin-off of that particular project, where certain individuals who are unethical and or unscrupulous thought, wait a minute, if we can treat and address these neurological imbalances, what if we could simply make people happy? And really that's what it was. They were thinking, let's just make people happy.
So we're using up some time. So let's seg from what they were trying to do to larger conspiracy.
Larger conspiracy.
We've actually dealt with, between the last adventure and this one, a lot of what BioDynamics does. How does this relate to the larger setting corruption in the corporate world?
Well, it's actually very simple, because why was BioDynamics getting away with this? Because nobody really cared. If the players blow the whistle on them, it's going to make a splash. Mm-hmm. There are going to be arrests, there are going to be trials, and then in a week, those trials will be ruining the lives of the people who made this particular decision, and not really affecting the greater company at all, which will just keep grinding on, leave the people who were arrested and arraigned in the dirt, pay whatever reparations, and take the research and just do whatever they want with it.
And sure, if you've gone through both of these adventures, BioDynamics themselves, they might not be doing something that unethical right now.
Right.
But
how does this affect people like Yggdrasil and Universal Transglobal Universal Transshipping? It doesn't really, and so they don't care. And if the players have contacts in Yggdrasil, those contacts are not likely to be much help. They might give them some support getting where they need to go to investigate, but they're really not going to care. On the other hand, BioDynamics is not the only genetic engineering firm out there. There are, well, for one, there are firms within BioDynamics that might want to take this sort of thing and weaponize it. There are other multi-corporations out there that would probably be more than happy to either pursue similar research goals or, again, the term weaponizing comes up. Finally, there are governments who would like this as a method to either control or their population or start affecting other populations. This conspiracy could reach pretty much anywhere you need it to.
So as a rough summary of the ways that this conspiracy goes bigger than biodynamics, way number one is the fact that nobody cares, and biodynamics could get back up to their old tricks within a month after the media frenzy dies down. Those specific people have been hired, and there's really no disincentive for them to start doing a different version of this again. Part two, other companies are just as corrupt because of the nobody cares. Yggdrasil is doing some shady things of their own. They actually can get away with more shady things because they own the island. They don't do as many because they don't like to poop where they live, except in the toilet. They may have made a specific toilet for pooping in.
And that metaphor got really weird.
I will move on from that metaphor. 3, governments use Nuevo Paradiso as what it is, an extraterritorial place that they don't have to officially recognize anything that happens on it.
Yep.
And so there is spook stuff that happens. Those are the 3 major conspiracy elements that this conspiracy reveals exist, if the players continue to follow up on it.
Yep.
We will talk about how to manage that through the system in the next video, so please tune in again tomorrow, and thank you for watching.